Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're with Callum, who's brought down his Citroen C2. So yeah, here we have Callum's Citroen C2 VTS, and I do have a soft spot for these era of cars. I remember being a teenager, sitting on the wall, wanting to be able to drive and watching these brand new Citroens all around, all the boy racers having fun in them. And I've always wanted one.
I haven't really done much. It's been decatted and catted about 7 or 8 times, so I can do it with my eyes shut now. But if you have one of these, don't decat it. Unless you're going to map it, do not decat it, because it just kills the power.
It doesn't run right, does it?
Well, no, it's just flat.
Is it?
Put your foot down and nothing.
Yeah.
It's just like you can feel the exhaust and all the power going down there, coming out the back. But yeah, it's got a BMC CDA air filter. Stock, they're 125 horse. I'd imagine it's still 125 horse, because I don't think an air filter is going to do that much. I painted the stripes on the top gold because they come black, and black stripes on a black car just didn't make much sense.
No.
I stuck some nice Chavy stickers on it. Has to be done when you got a Chavy car.
What's that, the C2 ones?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice they had been added, to be honest.
Yeah, well, if you look at the other side, they're slightly a different angle. So
Oh,
it's
right,
not the
okay.
best job, but you can see them. That's all that matters. Method is good from afar, but far from good. Got the GT alloy wheels on it as well, as opposed to the stock ones. I just prefer the look at them.
Yeah.
PBS make them, so got to have the credit for that.
Yeah.
Sprayed them gold as well to match with everything else.
Nice VTS badges down the side here.
Yeah, they cost me £1.50. They did.
Did they?
Yeah, it didn't come with them. They usually have a C on them, and that's
Right.
uninteresting. So I
Yeah.
stick them on. I got my Croissant sticker on the back
Oh.
for French export.
Yeah.
Has to be done.
And also,
Somebody debadged it and filled the holes, so I don't really care for debadging, so I stuck a sticker on it.
yeah. And we got the
Exhaust-wise, it's just a Sportex back box. Centre pipe is exactly the same. It's
Yep.
too loud without one, so put it back on. And that's all I can really say about the car, apart from the fact it's absolutely atrocious on petrol.
we got the nice wing, mind.
Oh yeah, got off the wing.
I love the little boxy French cars. I don't know what it is. I got a soft spot for them.
Yeah, so do I. And to be honest, for a French car, it's been quite reliable.
Yeah.
I can't say it's ever let me down.
No.
Everything that's broke was my fault.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens in my
Yeah.
cars. Everything I touch breaks, and that's about it. So here we come to the engine bay of this Citroen C2, and this engine here, you might recognise that from other videos. My 106 GTI actually had the same engine. Actually, it wasn't exactly the same engine. There are slight differences, but they're practically the same thing. It's got the same exhaust manifold, you know, loads of parts, exactly the same. And a lot of people actually source these engines and they put them in the Citroen AX, Citroen Saxo and 106 non-16 valve models. So yeah, it's definitely one of the better engines for this platform. And it's something that not a lot of people know, that actually these Citroen C2s are still using parts that were put in the Saxos and the 106s. And they're using parts that were put in the Citroen AX. Also, we see here we have this nice cold air intake, which is sucking air in straight from the front. What did you say this filter was called?
BMC CDA.
A BMC CDA. It looks like real carbon.
Oh, it's definitely not.
It's definitely not real. Oh, well, there we are then. But it looks real. That's all that matters. So yeah, that's pretty much, you know, the engine bay. What speed gearbox has it got?
It's a 5-speed gearbox, very short ratio.
Yeah.
It sort of tops out close to 115 miles an hour.
Yeah. Well, you've been to the Autobahn, have you?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did it on Mexican roads.
Oh, I
when
see.
I went to
Yeah.
Mexico on it,
Yeah.
we swam it across the channel.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to win it. Like, so yeah, the MA gearbox, that's actually called, and they're the same, like I said, as the Saxo and the 106. So when you're looking for spare parts, you can go to a Saxo, 106, anything. They're all the same, and that's what I like about these cars. Now, where this is different to the 106 and the Saxo that I've both owned is, while it uses very similar drivetrain, the car already just feels much more solid and stable. Just as an example, you could sit in the 106 and when you turn the steering wheel, the column would flex. So it just shows a sort of like build quality. Whereas with these, it's a massive step up here. It's probably the first Citroen hatchback where if you was to have a crash, you might have a chance of surviving it.
Well, it's got a 5-star Euro NCAP rating apparently.
Yeah.
My method is just don't crash.
Yeah, don't crash in the first place.
That's the safest thing you can do.
That's the best idea, isn't it? So yeah, I think that's enough talking about it. Why don't we go and take you for a spin?
There we are. And yeah, it hasn't broke down on me once, being French, which is amazing.
Well, my 106 actually was a nightmare.
Well, you did try and turbocharge it.
Before I turboed it, the alternator went, the axle was on its way out, the brakes were gone, and just everything.
Where's the best place to go? Back up that way?
You can go around here if you want.
Yeah, because there's a nice hill with a straight up there.
Yeah, knock it into second and we'll see what it's made of, is it?
Not much. Cheese, probably, being French.
Cheese and croissants.
Cheese and croissants. It's the highest it's ever been in the rev range in my ownership. Yeah.
Got in.
No worries.
We can go, just turn around and go back now.
Okay.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's nothing like a 106 GTI, but it's not bad.
It's funny how it's so different, to be honest.
I think it's all down to weight. The 106 GTI is a hell of a lot lighter than this.
Yeah, it must be. Plus, you have really got to, not that I'm encouraging you to, but you have got to rev the hell out of them to get them to go anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Even the 106 is.
It's a revvy engine.
You've got to bound. It's like all the power is just before the limiter.
Yeah, it is. I think the power band just goes up and up, unlike some cars that drop off.
It's because the way they get the power is they just have a high lift cam, really. Cams.
Yeah,
So
people put higher lift on them.
Yeah.
I was running 13mm lift on that Escort,
You.
and yeah, it totally destroyed the hydraulic lifters, which wasn't a great idea.
Yeah.
But it ran 100 horsepower on 2 cylinders
Did it?
on a dynamometer with a printout,
Oh, that's alright, isn't it?
and then it broke.
So if you had all 4 running, you'd be at 200 horsepower.
Oh, if only. I don't think it works like that.
It feels so much more stable though than the 106. Like
Well,
I don't feel at all alarmed doing 60 mile an hour in it.
No,
The
I've been,
106, you're like both hands on, concentrating.
the wind is pushing you around.
Yeah. Rattling.
The windows are buffeting like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit like a Mark II Fiesta in that sense. There's nothing to it.
I just love the older cars for that though.
Oh yeah, simplicity is key.
Yeah.
As soon as you start putting expensive stuff on it, like heated seats, like this has got, and air conditioning and stuff, it's just weight.
These seats are really comfy, but I'm pretty sure they weigh an absolute ton.
Oh, they do. I've had them out. I slept in this car once, and judging by the space in the back, yeah, it's not the best car to go camping in. But I did it, and it's something, like I say, I've done.
It's cars like this so that you build up a bit of a bond with. You have a laugh.
Yeah, I can't get rid of it. I just can't get rid of it. That's why I have 3 cars. Otherwise, I'd sell one. But I can't get rid of the Escort, and I can't get rid of this.
It's like my passion is the Evo, but I'm dailying the Punto.
Yeah, it's just.
And that's what I have the laughing.
It's much better to have a slow car that goes fast than a fast car.
Yeah,
that drives
because you're
slow.
like having a time of your life and you're only doing 35 miles an hour.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can go right if you want. It's a nice little corner. This is. You can.
Yeah, I got good tyres on. The only 4 tyres I've ever bought in my 3 years of driving, 4 Uniroyal Rain Sport 3s.
Yeah, I like Uniroyals.
And they're not expensive either. I was surprised. So I can actually go somewhere.
Try and catch that Astra.
Yeah, he's got diesel power on his side. I don't think we're getting him. He's got far more torque. And the chest of drawers in the back.
It's the chest of drawers that are pushing him up the hill, isn't it?
That's aerodynamics, that is.
We got him.
Almost. If I hit the limiter in 3rd, maybe I'll have him with my gearbox all over the road.
Right, you want to lift now, eh? 68.
Up the hill, it is okay.
Now, there's a lot of people who use this hill in the local area to sort of measure how fast a car can go.
Yeah.
So, where would 68 compare? 72 up there, but I was revving the hell out of it.
Oh. Well, that's just an insult. A 1.2 Polo went quicker than my 1.6.
What's it like on fuel then, really, to the gallon?
Well, I sort of base it on 1 mile per 10 miles is good on fuel. So if you £1 per 10 miles.
Yeah.
So if you spend £1 on petrol, you get 10 miles. That's all right. This says it does that,
Yeah.
but in reality, I calculated and it did about 21 mpg.
Yeah.
And for a 1.6, that's not good at all.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your punter.
That was good fun, that was.
Yeah, that was all right.
So thanks for taking me out.
Let me dry my hand. It's bloody warm here.
Yeah, good fun. And it's nice to see for me now. I can say, like, I've been in Saxo 106 and this. I've been in the whole family, like.
Yeah.
And I can see how they compare. If you want a refined, daily, reliable car, I'd probably get this one. If you want a little bit of a weekend, crazy little go-kart, probably the 106. And
Yeah, these are cheaper though.
if you ain't fussy, just get a Saxo.
Yeah.
Get the cheapest.
Yeah, if you're blind, get a Saxo.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Cheers.